Okay, so you're going to find that a lot of people online recommend that you never ever touch your stereo output fader or your master fader for that matter. And there's a very good reason for this, and I'm going to show you why, because you very rarely see anybody explain it. So right now I have a test tone. I'm setting 0 dB of level. We're hitting 0 dB FS on the stereo output. Some people call it the mix bus or the 2 bus or the 1-2, whatever you call it. It's the point where the converters are. It's where your mix is output, okay? So let's add some more level here. So now we're creaming the channel. We don't distort at the channel. It's okay to have 6 dB too much at the channel. It's not optimal, but okay, it's not going to change the sound. What changes the sound is having 6 dB too much level at the stereo output. Now, a lot of people, when they start to get their mix up and it starts to go into the red, will just bring down their stereo output fader, which brings it below 0. If I put this at -6, it will be at exactly 0. Okay, because we're adding 6 dB too much here and we're taking 6 dB away here. If I put this back at 0 and I apply a gain plugin with -6 dB of gain, now we're once again below 0. Okay, so this is an option 2. But why would we prefer one over the other? Why never touch this fader? Well, the results were exactly the same, but the problem comes when we start to add plugins on our stereo output channel. So here we have still 6 dB too much gain. We're creaming the stereo output. Well, let's just stick our L2 on, our brick wall limiter. And as you can see, we have 6 dB of gain reduction before we've even touched the gain, which is no good. The limiter is bringing it in compliance, but at a cost. We're at -0.3 dBFS output, which is how I have it set on the limiter. So, okay, all right, well, we're creaming here, so let's just bring down the master fader again. We'll bring it down to -6. All right. Now, if I turn the L2 off, we are at 0. Great. Now let's put the L2 back on. Whoa! We're still creaming the L2. And that's not even the worst of it. Now we're outputting at -6.3 dBFS. Like, we don't want to be way down here. We want to be almost at 0. That's why I have the output set like this. Okay, and we're still creaming. So there's a gain staging problem for you right there that the stereo output isn't fixing. It's making it worse. All right, so the reason for this is because this fader is after these inserts. All right, so we're not reducing this gain ahead of this L2. We're reducing the gain after the L2, and that's not what we want. We want the L2 to be determining the gain or the limiter, whatever limiter you're using. All right, so if we pop this back up, we're 6 dB over. Let's pop our gain plugin in, and now we're at 0. And now let's pop in our L2, and now we have no gain reduction until we add gain, and we're outputting at -0.3 dBFS as we have it set. So you want to reduce your output level ahead of your limiter, and you don't want to do it with the stereo output fader because the stereo output fader is after the inserts on the channel. Okay? Now, you can put a gain plugin on at the beginning of your mix, and as you every time you look, you're like, oh, I'm over again. Just keep bringing it down, keep bringing it down. What does it matter? It doesn't matter. You can do that. Or you can do what I do. I use a lot of buses in my sessions. If you watch my mix videos, you'll see. Let's bus to the all bus. We'll call it all bus. Not all bus. All bus. And I always make it this color so I can see it easily. And now we're still creaming the L2, but if we bring down our all bus, we're back to happiness. Okay? So the all bus, everything goes to the all bus. So like if I have 2 kick drums, they go to a kick drum bus. All the drums might go to an all drums bus. The all drums bus then goes to the all bus. Everything goes to the all bus, and the only thing going to the stereo output is the all bus. And this way, I can use this fader to adjust my level to my stereo output. And this way, I can gain stage for my limiter properly. Okay? So that's it. Hopefully that helps people to understand why they never want to touch the stereo output, and understand that you need to know what comes first in your change because it affects everything. Okay, let me just throw in this one caveat here, okay? You do not have to use a limiter on your mix. I don't use a limiter until the mix is done. The limiter is part of a mastering process. It's just important for you to understand the routing of things so that you can make decisions. And if you don't know what the routing is, use a test oscillator and test it for yourself in a similar manner as I've demonstrated here. Okay, that's it. Like, subscribe, visit me at mixerman.net.